G'day folks, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. Hope you guys are doing well. Goodness me, for me it's about a week since I've actually played Baldur's Gate. Some of you may know that I have been away for a little bit, but for you guys, probably no delays between episodes, so I'm happy that I managed to record enough episodes before I actually left. Firstly, I must say that if you find me sort of stumbling around in this episode, it's because I haven't played for a while. But if I remember correctly, we've just met some perhaps maybe ghostly kind of kid here. He's turned invisible. We're playing some kind of a hide-and-seek game, so we're going to obviously try and look for him shortly. Gale has his sea invisibility already, which is fantastic. But also, with the benefit of all of your comments, I think it's about time for us to go back to the Adamantine Forge and to have a play around with forging, apparently, maybe a couple of things. I was sort of checking in with you guys on that, and apparently there's only enough material to make a couple of things, and judging by what you guys have suggested, there's perhaps maybe a couple of things that are worthwhile, and some of the other stuff may not be so good. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. For now though, we're just going to see if we can find this kid, Olivier, or Olivier. So I suppose he's probably not going to be cross with us if we took some of this stuff. Maybe. A stuffed owlbear toy. I definitely want that. A dead Githyanki warrior with nothing. Dad's axe. Okay. Alright, so Dad defended the entire family. Questionable as to whether or not the family are all still alive. I still think that Olivier is actually a ghost. Let's try and lockpick this chest. Do we have the right tools? I don't think we do. Someone did mention that it might be a good idea for us to put some of our equipment into the hotbars, so I'll try and see if we can do that. Oh, why do we have this? I'm struggling to remember why we're using the Gloves of Belligerent Skies. Inflicts 2 turns of reverberation when we deal thunder or lightning damage, which is probably the main things. We definitely want this, so let's go ahead and lockpick.
Don't give me trouble now.
Let's use guidance. What do we have? Ring of Mental Inhibition. When a foe fails a saving throw against one of your spells or actions, they gain mental fatigue for 2 turns. What does that mean? Affected entity has a -1 penalty to Wisdom, Intelligence, and Charisma saving throws for every turn remaining. When it fails a Wisdom, Intelligence, or Charisma saving throw while having 5 or more turns of this condition remaining, the entity takes 1 to 4 psychic damage and is no longer mentally fatigued. But it has to be a spell, right? Spells or actions. So even normal attacks, we could also inflict mental inhibition. Could be good. Maybe even for someone like Lae'zel, perhaps? Hang on, let me take a look at that once more. Fails a saving throw against a spell or action. a spell or a condition. So we need to be applying some kind of a condition for it to take effect, right? So whoever is applying the most conditions, although I feel like everyone has an array of skills or spells that will eventually lead to the application of conditions. This wooden desk. Do we want to look for this kid first? I don't know if he's like gone further up this way or if he's hiding within the area of his now destroyed home. Olivier's diary. Let's have a read. Dear Diary, Day 1. Nothing ever happens in this town. I'm ready to go to the gate. If Mother won't let me, I'll run away myself. She says my lungs are too weak for the smoke. But how am I living at all when all I do is milk the Roth? Is it Roth or Rothe? I can't remember now. Day 7. A strange fog is descending over our own town. Hasn't left in days. Getting hard to breathe. Mother is eating her words, saying we should head out to the city to stay for a while until it lifts. We go at dawn. Day 14. We tried to leave, but there are creatures from beyond the grave, skulking around the outskirts of our land. It's too late. Day 21. The Rothe are all possessed, knocking down their fence, battling and bashing one another to death. Dying, then fighting again. The shadows are everyone. Right outside our window. I can't see more than a few strides out. I'm not dead yet, but I'm going to die here, aren't I? I can hardly breathe. Why does it not get into our house? Why doesn't the curse take us already? Day 35. I can't stand this. I've been trying to write a memoir of myself, but it's still no good. I'm too weak to pen fine words. I am going to die unremembered, be what may. It's getting pointless to cower in here. There is nothing we can do about this all-encroaching dark. Tomorrow I will walk out into the fog and I will laugh. With love, a farmhand, forever to be unknown. Well, we did offer Olivier to join our camp, right? He seems disinterested at the moment, but with any luck. Should I be casting... I should be casting this. Make sure that we are in some form of light. And yeah, I think in the previous episode we learnt that the amount of light that we currently have is no good against the darkness near the tower.
You weren't supposed to find me! You weren't supposed to win!
Well, in that case, let's play again.
Good idea! You're smarter than some playmates I've had. They always tried to leave before I was done with them. Try to find me again, but my family will be looking for you at the same time, so don't get caught!
His family would be looking for it. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. What? These things look terrifying. Daddy, it's called. Strongest daddy ever. Nice. And it's too dark for us to take any actions. Oh, okay. We're all hiding. What does this mean? Are we not able to kill it? Maybe we're not supposed to kill it. Oh man, okay. I'm gonna do a quick save here because this will probably get complicated if we're trying not to defeat this, let's call it a shade. And oh, mummy's here. Best mummy ever. Oh. Yeah. I don't want to have to kill these guys if we don't have to, but obviously could be easier said than done. Let's start that way and then we'll work our way in. We probably do have to go through some of this shrub here. I don't think it's going to entangle us, though. I could... Oh, I was going to say I could Misty Step, but I guess I've used Misty Step already. Let's go Karlach, we'll do the same thing. I mean, Gale's the one that we need to worry about the most, though.
Shh.
Very wide field of vision. At least for Mummy. Let's go Will. Yeah, I mean, he was almost discovered. Darkness could be a problem as well. And we did learn what the darkness does to companions if we leave them dead due to the darkness. And it is definitely unpleasant. Let's swing around this way and get you closer in. Not enough movement. I have no idea if these guys will actually move after all of our turns. They may move and we might actually go into combat as a result, which is a bit of a problem. I'm sort of hoping that if we find Olivier first, we won't have to kill them, and perhaps maybe that'll be the best outcome if we don't end up, you know, getting rid of Mummy and Daddy's spirits.
What you waiting?
Oh no. Okay. Oh. There's Olivier. Can we just have a chat with Olivier? That would be nice. If we can do that. Who's going to be able to speak to him first? Maybe Karlach. Again, not sure if I can, since we've now entered combat. Oh, what? Okay, they've managed to get themselves on top of the house. Can we? Can we even interact with Olivier during combat?
Under their noses.
Oh, she's shadow cursed now. Ugh. Yeah, this is rough. Oh, what? Oh, we've got Doggy as well. I'm gonna retry this, guys, and I just want to see if there's even a possibility for us to avoid combat. If not, then we'll have to, you know, just fight these things. I'll like retry once, maybe twice, and see how we go. Another thing that I should talk about is the fact that after having caught up with all of your comments, I think I left like, I don't know, 7, maybe 10 or so episodes worth of comments that I hadn't read. A lot of people with some really, really good suggestions, and I'm feeling like there's a lot of stuff that I need to do, and we're going to need to backtrack a little bit. I want to make myself a list of things that I need to do.
Strength in silence. Careful.
And sort of hoping that I can bring Gale in, because we won't be able to see Olivier without Gale. Yeah, let's get him making a beeline that way. And then Karlak,
You're making me sweat.
I don't know, maybe we can just tuck everyone over here. I just want to see what happens. Because I'm hoping that they won't have sightlines over here.
Don't burn yourself.
This is no fun at all.
These things kind of sound terrifying. Okay, I think we're in position. Let's just end all of our turns and we'll see if we can get a different outcome here. I think this is probably not as good still. Perhaps Gale will get discovered and we might need to rethink our approach. Perhaps maybe we need to hide absolutely everyone and then maybe make our way into the house. So let's see what happens.
But of caution never hurt.
Okay. That was interesting. That time, they all seemed to come into this direction, and only Gale was not discovered. I'm just gonna see if... Yeah, okay. So... Let's try that once more, guys, because I'm thinking it is possible. And I almost feel like the best thing to do is to bunch up... Like, maybe we can even bunch up everyone. But I think I have a better strategy. If we push Gale out this way as much as possible, whilst still being, obviously, outside of the field of vision. And luckily he already has the torch on as well, because otherwise this would be a difficult thing to do, but I'm thinking once we've done that, we can just like move everyone back here, like even maybe behind the cart for some of them.
Hey, good looking.
Yeah, maybe over there.
Too tall for this.
Quoth. I'm sort of hoping that I can just bring Quoth outside of the entire engagement. Oh, okay, Shadow Cursed. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's fine if we lose Quoth, though. And Will needs to get back this way. I suppose maybe Ursa needs to go first then. But yeah, I sort of want to try and hug this tree as much as possible.
On the prowl.
Can we jump here? Maybe not.
Careful.
Yeah, but I think once we do that,
Let's get this over with.
and we can end turn-based mode, maybe we can just sort of quickly look around. I could do a quick save here as well. That way if we want to restart from this state, we can.
Forthwith.
Oh no! Oh, good thing I did that. Let us restart from the quick save, because yeah, I need to break everyone off and make sure that we're not bunching up again. Oh lord. I mean, I'm struggling with all of the mechanics as it is, and now that I've not played for a good week, I think it's like a little over than an entire week. But anyway. Okay, let's give this a go, see what happens. And Gale really just needs to look around a little bit. Trying to find him. Oh, there he is.
Apologetic already.
Yeah, okay. Can I try that once more? We definitely have Olivier coming into the house again. I think he's just like... he's sort of moved himself... like a little bit further out from the house in this direction. So I'm hoping we'll be able to catch up to him, you know, before... Oh, okay, right, we get discovered immediately. Right, we have to be in sneak mode. Or actually, maybe that's because I forgot to ungroup everyone. That could be a thing as well. Man. Yeah, I'm sort of hoping that I'll be able to, you know, get Gale to sort of move in this direction relatively quickly. Let's try without sneaking. I mean, sorry, let's try in sneak mode first.
Of course.
I mean, we did find him. And I'm getting the feeling that it doesn't really matter what we do, we're gonna have to fight his family. Because the cursor seems to indicate that we can't really interact with him aside from maybe pickpocketing. Or perhaps maybe that's because we are in the hiding state. Could be. Let's see what happens if I... Yeah, okay. If I unhide just Gale, he'll go into combat immediately. So I guess it's a fight then. So let's go ahead and do that. Well, we've done plenty of experimentation here. Apologies, guys. I feel like that wasn't very productive. I just wanted to see if it could be done without, you know, killing his entire family. Well, I mean, they're all dead, right? So he shouldn't be too sad. Plus, he said that he was looking for his entire family, right? So, in fact, they're all here. Alright. So, maybe we try to get some attacks in preemptively. Who do we deal with first? Or do we deal with Doggy first? It's apparently too dark still. But, I mean, we've got some light in the area, so I don't really understand that.
Let's march.
Yeah. I'm concerned about being grouped up, and I feel like these things may have some AoE spells, so I want to disperse.
Much longer.
as best as possible. I might even get Gale to go into the house, and maybe he can remain hidden until he casts his first spell. And I sort of want to move Karlak in that direction, so she's in a good position to just jump over and, you know, do a little bit of damage to Doggy over there. And perhaps we want to deal with Doggy first. It has the lowest HP. Ursa's not even hidden. I don't know if these things will try to get close to us to deal damage. I mean, judging by what we've seen, though, they can simply cast spells. I think that's a decent enough spot for Ursa there. Quoth doesn't really need to be in combat, but still needs to stick close because of the Shadow Curse. Oh yeah, and Karlak's going to have the Shadow Curse problem if she doesn't stick too close to blue. Problems galore. I think she can take a little bit of a beating out there. Okay, let's make a start here. So, blue in for an attack. Let's do hamstring, or do we do just a normal attack? Nah, hamstring shot might be good. Okay, he's still in stealth. That's good. Still in stealth as well. That's nice, that's nice.
Come on, let's go.
But I think I am going to get Karlak to jump in there, and yeah, we're going to pretty much go into combat from here. Switch this on. Okay, blue goes first, but he's already taken some actions there. This counts as a bonus action. Does need a spell slot, but I don't mind using this. We're not concentrating on anything else at the moment, so we can't target ourselves. Oh, I didn't realize that. That's okay though. We can probably strengthen Karlak. So what does this do again? It's... Oh, sorry. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Sorry, I thought we were using True Strike. My bad. Hunter's Mark. Yeah, sorry. Like, no, don't cast it on Karlak. Hunter's Mark, it is. Okay. Maybe that was better suited for one of the other two, but that's fine. Daddy's Lecture on blue. 21. And our Hunter's Mark is gone. Right. I mean, Frenzy, of course. And we may as well use one of these. Maybe I should do Distracting on some of the ones that have more HP, though. It's one down. How do I get up there? I guess she can actually make it up there, so that's good, but we probably won't be able to do it right now. Can I Can I throw? Yes, I can. Oh, you know, one thing that I haven't done is I haven't taken a look at these things to see what sort of damage we can deal with these things. Or to these things, rather. Yeah, they're resistant to a lot of things, including fire. And frost as well. I was sort of trying to think, what options do we have? Well, just because they're resistant to stuff doesn't mean that they're not going to die from it. So even physical attacks should still be good. And it seems like they would take the least amount of, well, have the least amount of resistance to these things. So yeah, trying to get Karlach in there is probably a good idea. I'm gonna take a shot. 55%. That's fine. But we're going to have to chip away at stuff. So that's fine. Karlach, I think, will get her to focus on Daddy. Will and Blue are going to focus on Mummy. Gale... Oh, Gale is in combat. Okay, I was sort of hoping that he was still outside of combat, but no, he's already in combat. Alright, and he goes a little bit later as well.
Now this is my happy place.
Yeah, let's maybe move a little closer to Blue. Just to get a little bit of light. Let's end turn there. Oh man, okay. Not great. Quoth, yeah, we'll end turn here. I don't think there's any point going in with Quoth. Actually, no, we could probably use Quoth to blind these things, or try to at least. Let's get in a little closer. Okay.
A rough tempest I will raise.
Magic missile. Magic missile, what kind of damage does that do? Force damage. I think these guys don't have any immunity against force, which means that this could be the perfect spell to use. Survival instinct. Could be good to use for Blue, for instance. Do I pick Blue up? I'm thinking we'll have Will do that. Oh, hang on. Will is not in combat. Ah.
Some pep for your step.
Okay, and now Will should be able to help Blue, wake him up. And yeah, maybe we do this. Oh, hang on. Why is it lit up, though, if I can't actually use it? Can't reach destination. Not enough movement. And I don't have anything else that I can use up my bonus action on. Man. Alright, well, let's get Will relatively close. I don't want him too close, because, again, AoE, but maybe if I park him just there, he should be able to move in to cast spells or deal some damage. Let's end turn there, and Gale. So, let's go in with... Are these guys susceptible to acid? No, acid resistance. Okay. Thunder and lightning. Yeah. I think it's probably magic missile, or we can use Cloud of Darkness. Sorry, not Cloud of Darkness, Cloud of Daggers, rather. I could cast that here. And that might not be a bad play if we have everyone else sort of hang around the outside. This guy's going to have to move through it, or it could go out this way. But yeah, let's do this. And we should be able to cast another spell. Do we want to invest in a level 3, perhaps? Maybe not just yet. Let's do that. Okay, Gale, let's move you all the way back this way, but not too far, obviously. Oh, actually, no. He has a torch in his hands, so he should be good. He should be able to protect himself. I'm gonna use Brace. I think. And we'll fire off a couple of shots. Yes, I know it's low ground, which is not the best, unless I move this way and try to get a shot through the door. That's actually decent. I think we'll do that. We'll do Hunter's Mark first.
No hesitation.
That's good. That's good, I like that. Yeah, we'll move a little bit that way. And... oh my god. That's so bad. Let's get you in there. Yeah, normal attacks, and then we should be able to use some of our rage, right?
Open up.
Tenacity. Let's do another. And I'll use my die this time. Distracting. Very good. And let's use Frenzied. Good. Alright, let's end our turn here. Bit more damage from the clouds. Oh no, more sleeping. Bloody hell. Can't reach. Oh, God. Could do a fireball, and that might kill off Daddy, and I don't mind that. Let's do that.
Oh, yes.
No, not quite, but very, very close. We're running out of spell slots, though. I suppose it doesn't matter because we're probably going to rest soon. Gale does have Arcane Recovery, though. Do magic missile. 1, 2, I think all 3. Ooh, alright, that's 1 down at the very least. Let's tuck Gale back this way.
To King 5.
Okay, their Shadow Curse is a thing. Let's maybe get in there. Maybe we can get some blind on.
Battle favors the fearless.
Let's try and get Karlach up. Can I do Brand the Weak? What does that do? Is this an action, though? Doesn't exactly say what resource it's using. I don't think it is an action. Oh, do I need to touch the enemy? Maybe I do, and that's probably the reason why we couldn't do it last time. I thought it was a spell that we could cast from far away. Oh, actually no, we can. Ah, and that's probably the reason why I couldn't cast it before. My bad. Alright, let's do that. And then I should still be able to go up and help Blue or Karlach. Okay, I can't reach Karlach? Okay, I can.
On my way.
Okay. Karlach, let's do... yeah, let's get in there. Got a little bit of Frenzied Strain. Hang on. I just need to remember what that means exactly. Adds a penalty to attack rolls every time, stacking so that you miss more often. This adds up until the end of your frenzy. Okay. Yeah, let's do a few attacks here. We might be able to end things.
Bye-bye.
That was a huge hit. Wow. Okay, Blue is... well, he's still sleeping, but also almost dead.
What a charmer.
Okay,
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting
I don't know if we should heal, but I feel like we are going to go for a long rest very soon. Before we get into any additional trouble though, I might just restore some of our spells here. A couple of level 1s and perhaps maybe one level 2. So we can keep going if we need to, but yeah.
Never
perhaps maybe after a chat with Olivier, we're going to just simply do a long rest. Okay, Olivier. Goodness me. Let's get this ring off. And yeah, I wish I had something better like the gloves of archery on for that fight. Stuffed owlbear toy. Though threadbare and slightly dirty, this stuffed toy is soft and comforting, like a warm hug. What should we use? I think it's the... Don't we have another pair of gloves that we were using? Oh, actually no, we do have that on. I'm just thinking of the other pair, the other ring that we're using. Strange conduit ring is, I think, what we were using before. So, let's get that on. And let's have another chat.
Slow down.
I win! I always win in the end. You did better than most, though, so I'll let you go. Here. Second prize. You'll need it.
Second prize? Okay, we're inspired. That's good. So that leads me to think that there is a way to perhaps interact with him without getting involved with fighting his family. It seemed pretty impossible, though, the way I was looking at it before. Unless there's a way for us to maybe hide everyone and have them sort of approach the house before his parents show up and discover them. Maybe, but we tried that in the first go, I feel. Unless I didn't really do it very well. Ring of Shadows. Pass without a trace. Pass without a trace? What? Call forth a veil of shadows and silence that gives you and all nearby companions a +10 bonus to stealth checks. Could be interesting. Could have been useful for what we were trying to do, to be honest, but... Can we not have a chat with him again and maybe convince him to stay with us in the camp?
I won fair and square. There's no point in playing again. I want a challenge. Go on, find someone else to play with.
I guess not. So maybe that was a missed opportunity. Perhaps maybe he could actually, you know, end up in the camp. Had we won the game without maybe being discovered or whatever. Okay, so is there even a way across? I mean, I could probably jump across. Or no. Maybe there's a... Oh! What the hell is this thing? Again, I think I'm getting a little bit too engrossed in all the things that we can do in this area. But we need to come back to it. So let's go to the camp. We're going to have a long rest. In fact, I should instigate a long rest now. And we'll check in with everyone, obviously. But the next thing on the list, well, as I said, I was going to make a list of the things that I wanted to do based on your suggestions. I haven't actually made a full list yet. I've only added one point, which is to go back to the Adamantine Forge. So we'll do that, and then hopefully by the next episode I would have a longer list, and then we'll try and tick all of them off. One of the things is actually interacting with Volo and seeing if we can A, sell stuff to him, but also buy, I think it was a ring or something that he might have.
Best foot forward.
which might be quite useful. So I'm just bringing Will down in case we do end up trading.
Ah, my good... Quite the cozy setup you have here. I'll just make myself comfortable. Thank you so much.
So let's take a look. I wonder if we can speak to Holson as well, and if he would trade stuff with us. The Whispering Promise. Blessed Mercy. When you heal a creature, it gains a +1 d4 bonus to attack rolls and saving throws for 2 turns. Could be good for Shadowheart. We've got some books. Volo's Guide to Spirits and Spectres. Maybe. 25 gold. That's nothing. Yeah, well, I think that's the only thing worthwhile. I mean, there's a whole bunch of scrolls. Scroll of Seeming. Disguise up to 4 members of your adventuring party. That seems pretty cool. Maybe we should have Gale, like, learn from it. I wonder if this is like a level 4 spell, though. Right, so... Oh, this is not really worth that much. Seems pretty good, though. Anything we can get rid of? Because the nice thing here is that Volo is simply in our camp, right? So we should be able to sell stuff to him when we need to. Wand of Fireballs. Yeah, it's a consumable. I don't really think there's anything else that we need. Now we need to sell, that is. I want to keep the owlbear toy. Who knows, it might come in handy. Maybe this. Yeah. Let's do it. And he's got some potions of animal speaking as well, so if we ever run out, we know where to go to get some more. So I might just grab the ring, just to prepare ourselves to give it to Shadowheart. Let's have a read of this book. This appears to be the barely legible notes of a work heavily in progress. Ghost, Banshee, Poltergeist, Spooky. Sorry guys, my throat's feeling a little bit dry here. Just gonna have a drink. Okay. 1 mugful ice, half mugful distilled potato spirits, 3 thimbles citrus juice, garnish with mint. What kind of book is this? It's like a mixologist's recipe book, but then there's a bit of occult in there as well.
At the ready.
Alright, let's have a chat with folks, and I want to proceed to the Adamantine Forge from here. Astarion, what do you have to say?
This dark land must be filled with the broken, the beaten, the desperate. The perfect preying ground for a devil who offers a way out for those who sign on the dotted line. I hope we end up seeing our friend Raphael down here somewhere.
Our friend Raphael. Yes, I think he's a monster hunter, right? I wonder if he's a character that we could convince to join our party. Maybe. Why do you want to see him?
Help me find him, and you'll find out. When I was taken to his house, I was caught off guard. But now I know what to ask for.
What to ask for? Not unless you tell me what you're planning.
All in due time. but not now. I'm sure he'll turn up at one point or another.
Okay. So he really, really wants to find this monster hunter for God knows what reasons. I assume he wants to perhaps kill him, but could be wrong. Let's have a chat with everyone.
Well met.
Okay.
I need a moment for the two of us.
Copper for your thoughts?
We've got some infernal metal. What should we do with it?
Yes! We need to go find Damon. I'm going to get a hug soon.
Alright, so... Sure, we will find Damon, but isn't he in Baldur's Gate? I mean, we're definitely not there yet. Shadowheart?
You know, I've been catching myself smiling more lately. I think that's your fault.
Yeah, nothing new,
What's
it
on
seems.
your mind?
It's only Astarion's stuff that was new. Oh, Lae'zel's just here.
Greetings.
And Holson. Blessing of Selûne. So no one else seems to have the Blessing of Selûne. Why does he have the Blessing of Selûne? I guess maybe he casts it on himself or something. Again, I'm hoping that we can get Holson to join. Nothing new. Alright, let's sleep. Ooh, that's a little much. Fungus stew. Everything's giving us a little bit over. Yeah, someone said to just make use of, like, some of the wines and stuff, which I will.
So, you found the seat of the Absolute's power. And what a power it is. I don't know how much longer I can resist it. It just doesn't stop. We are being bombarded by waves of telepathic energy. Wave after wave with hardly a breath between them. I almost dare not rest. Each wave a set of orders to the infected. The order for your transformation has been given many times already. I just hope my powers last long enough to see this through.
Again, not entirely sure who to believe, and whether or not we're just simply being led astray. There are so many threads to potentially pull on. Okay. Inspiration for Karlach as well, that's good. So we've got at least 2 inspiration now. Oh no, 4. Okay, well, we can start being a little bit more liberal with stuff then. Oh, there's a bowl here. Something we could probably use to play around with Scratch. No one seems to want to speak to us about anything, so... all's well, I guess? Okay. So there seems to be an empty tent here. So my assumption is maybe that could be for Minthara, if we manage to get Minthara on board. But I assume if we did that, we may have had to maybe betray one of our current companions. I don't know. Possibly.
Come here, boy.
Do we need to do a bit of a cleanup of stuff? Possibly.
Open up.
Let me just do what we can not going to be a huge cleanup, but we'll try our best. And I think this Whispering Promise definitely lends itself to being used by Shadowheart. And then we've got a few other knickknacks, which I'm still not entirely sure who should use any of these.
Well, well, well.
The pride of the gate.
No rest for the wicked, I see.
Where am I needed?
I might give it to Will, actually.
All right. What now?
Because I think he does have quite a few spells that applies conditions. But perhaps maybe it could be a ring that a lot of different people end up using. Ring of Shadows. This seems like a very obvious thing for Astarion, perhaps? But I see no point in not having Gale use it immediately, so if we do need to cast it, he can just simply cast it for us before we even go into battle, or in certain situations. Gloves of Thievery, Gloves of Belligerent Skies. Again, I feel like maybe this is something that needs to go to the likes of Gale. He should be able to deal thunder, lightning, but not radiant damage. Yep, I think that looks good. Some of this other stuff we're going to just store. The Sentient Amulet. I wonder if this is something that I need to carry with me. Resistance to lightning damage. Sunwalker's Gift. Should I maybe just tuck this away? Maybe. There's no detriment. I think I might keep this on us in case we need to detect thoughts. We can just simply swap things out. Don't know when we're going to use the rune powder vial. Sounds good, but I think we need a specific use case. I mean, it might be coming up very shortly, which could be, you know, for our fight against the big steel golem. Sent to camp. Is this something that we use for Gale? Maybe. Wonder why we weren't using that. I guess maybe we were using the torch for a while because we didn't want to be in the dark. Lysel can take that. Send that to camp. I think we're done for now. Now, are we happy with the people in the party, though? I'm thinking I'm going to switch Will out with Lae'zel. And do I want Shadowheart in? Thing is, we're going to want to try and deal as much bludgeoning damage to, you know, whatever that thing was. And, I mean, Shadowheart has a mace, so it could do the trick. We do need to give Lae'zel a better weapon. Oh, hang on. What? Holson. Can we get him in the party? Why is Holson here in one of our selections? Hang on. Let me have a chat with Holson.
Something's on my mind.
You wish to speak?
No, we can't. Maybe not yet. Let's get Lae'zel in the party. We'll replace Will.
Greeting. You're full up. Dismiss someone. Well chosen.
And we're going to... Do we continue with Gale? Very damage-centric. I feel like Gale might be important here because we could try to deal, like, lightning damage, potentially. It is made of steel, right? So my initial assumption is that lightning or thunder might be good. Otherwise, we could grab Shadowheart. But let's try using Gale first. We do need to level Lae'zel up as well, so let's take a quick look now. Another die. I do like that. Maneuver. Maneuvers are powerful attacks that use superiority die. Okay, right, so we get another couple of options for our dies. We use both your actions and bonus actions on a turn to attack a target with advantage. Roll 2 dice instead of 1. And deal an additional 1 to 8. Pushing attack. We haven't really used the environment to our advantage, but I sort of don't really want to do that because of the fact that we might lose out on loot. Could do riposte. Precision. You can spend superiority die and add it to the result to an attack roll. Okay, right. Just adding additional damage every attack if we want to. I quite like distracted or distracting strike. The ally uses a reaction on their next turn to make a weapon attack. So I'm not sure what this means exactly. Can be a bonus action. Yeah, I don't really understand this. So you get an ally to use a reaction to make a weapon attack. So are we basically sacrificing a reaction for an ally, that is, so that they can just literally take another attack action. Yeah, it's a bit unclear, that one. Fainting attack seems good. Yeah, let's take those two. Okay, shall we make our way to the Underdark once more? Grimforge, specifically. Let's do it. Now, I do need to give Lae'zel a bludgeoning weapon, which I'm going to. Or should we stick with the current weapon, because she gets like an additional psychic damage, right, from the weapon that she's using currently. But I don't know. I don't know if that's good enough or if she should be using bludgeoning weapons. I mean, the thing takes extra damage from bludgeoning if I remember correctly. So, yeah, why not? Let's switch things up for her, at least temporarily. So, Karlach's obviously using a decent weapon for the job. Yeah, someone also mentioned that this is not a weapon specifically to be thrown, and I sort of misunderstood. Thrown weapon. Melee weapons that are also made to be thrown, such as daggers, hand axes, javelins, light hammers, spears, and tridents. When thrown, these weapons deal the same damage they would for a melee attack. Basically, just matching the amount of damage that you would do for a normal melee attack. Which can be pretty cool, so I assume if you threw other weapons, such as Faithbreaker for instance, the damage that you get wouldn't be 5 to 14, it would be much lesser because you're throwing it. Yeah, anyway. Let's throw that there and, yeah, replace it. So we're ready for this fight. You would hope. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Gale. Throw that on you. And I guess we're as ready as one can be, hopefully. Oh yes, we teleported to the wrong place. Ancient Forge is what we're after.
So that's progress.
I don't think we're going to have a fight with the golem in this episode, to be honest. Oh no, taking damage there. Great start. Fantastic start. Ursa, please.
No time to rest.
Lovely day, this. For now.
Let's do Featherfall.
Right away.
And speaking of using rituals, we do need to cast Longstrider on everyone.
No one back home will ever believe this.
So let's just quickly do that now. Make sure that everyone's ready.
Get the
Okay, that's Long Strider on everyone. Let's do also
Oh, I have the magic touch.
Mage Armor. And let's prepare spells once more, so get rid of that. We'll chuck that on. And can I remove Mage Armor from the list? No, okay, so it needs to be on the list for us to maintain it. Yeah, okay, makes sense. Right. So we lost a couple of spell slots already there, which I could probably just immediately use. In fact, one thing that I'm curious about doing is using Pearl of Power Amulet, which... Oh, okay. It can restore... Wait, let's take a look at that. Pearlescent Restoration. You can replenish expended spell slots of your choice up to 3rd level. How many times though? Maybe just once, but you need a long rest for it. Or to use it again. Let's just experiment with it. Yeah, you can only use it the one time. It's fine. Okay. I think we're ready for this fight. I probably need to reposition all of our guys into the right spots to make sure that we're not dealing with the lava. I need to recall how to use the forge once more. We'll need the molds and stuff, which I don't have with me. I will need to go back to camp for that, actually. And I'll also need the material for it, right? So once we have all of that, we just need to get the lava in and have that fight. I don't know if we should be close to the thing or if we should... Maybe we should position our guys around here. Obviously one of us will need to hit the valve. So I think that's going to be blue, and then we'll have blue sort of... Or maybe we could even go in with Karlak. She can jump back. Obviously we want to try and get this thing to expand its movement. Yeah. Okay. Probably going to be a challenging fight, but something that we're going to obviously focus on in the next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you very much for all of the comments and suggestions so far, guys. Again, I will make that list, I promise you. But this is it for now. Stay true. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.